to read another portion of my book. This is Jake's point of view, and it's from chapter 7. I hope you enjoy. Mid-morning's quiet at the Hangtown Cafe, a couple talking in a corner booth, an old man chatting with Eileen, the waitress, and Kent Richardson sitting at the counter, working on an iPad and a mug of something. Coffee's my guess. The smell of bacon and coffee is welcoming, reminds me of home. Slipping off my ball cap, I tuck it in my back pocket before approaching the pastor. Old habits die hard. Hey, Kent. I slide onto the red vinyl stool next to him. He turns to greet me, a broad smile on his round face. Morning, Jake. Good to see you. Appreciate you meeting me here. Eileen approaches the backside of the counter, coffee carafe in hand. Hi, Jake. Coffee? Is it good and strong? Just the way you like it. She places a mug on a coaster. I'll get you some cream. Thanks. Steam rises from the dark brew as she pours. Can I get you a refill, Pastor? No thanks, I'm good. He flips the cover of his iPad closed and pushes it aside. Looks like you just rolled out of bed. Long night. I accept the small pitcher of cream from Eileen as she passes and add it to my coffee. Didn't get in until after 1, then I couldn't sleep. By any chance, does this have to do with why you asked to meet me? I take a sip and consider my approach. Utensils clicking and the murmur of conversation from the other few patrons accompany my thoughts. How well do you know Tess O'Shea? Well, there's no easy answer to that. She, Katie, and Sean were members of my church before I was. She's always been a little aloof, I suppose. I wrap my hands around the coffee mug and rest my elbows on the counter. Did you know her mother? He shakes his head. Sadly, no. She died a couple of years before I came here. She's a very frustrating woman. Kent chuckles. I assume you're referring to Tess and not her mother. Sean had his quirks, but Tess, it's like she sees every conversation as a battle of wills, and God forbid she loses. Ever since you've known her, or just since Sean died? Never really spent much time with her before. We worked together, but she's always been, well, like you said, aloof. Won't let anyone too close. Funny thing is, I think Sean had it in his mind that we'd get together. Laughable. Oh, I don't know. Sean was a good judge of character and had a very keen mind. I snort. Tess would rather eat nails than spend time with me. And now that Sean's little plan's in place, I'd be smart to watch my back. Kent chuckles. Don't know a woman, young or old, who likes to be manipulated. I glance at him. That's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. This plan of Sean's. Seems to me it's serving no purpose other than to hurt Tess. Things aren't always what they seem. Did Sean ever tell you why she didn't go back to school after her mom died? Don't think he knew himself. Then why this push to force her back? Maybe she lost interest or decided the restaurant was her legacy. Could be, but I have a feeling Sean knew his daughter better than that. So what's the real reason you wanted to meet me? Absolution? If only it were that easy. I didn't sign up for this. Does Tess have any idea what brought you here in the first place? Like that would go over well. You could bet she twisted around somehow until she was convinced I forced Sean into this. We'd all be better off if I washed my hands of this whole mess. And then where would I go? Look, I know you're in a tough spot. Sean set you up to be the bad guy. But he had his reasons. Sometimes we just have to play the hand we're dealt. You a gambling man, Pastor? No, but if I was, I'd put my money on Sean O'Shea. I have a feeling he knew what he was doing. He believed in you, Jake. Now you need to believe in him. There's more to this than we can see. Hang tough, and maybe you can get the O'Shea girls back in church. Haven't seen them since his service. I have about as much influence as a gnat, but I'll see what I can do. And that's the end of that section. Come on back next week and you can hear more about Tess. Thanks.